Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be breaking down the brand new trailer for Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Episode 5. Elrond is bringing Durin back to Lindon, Numenor is preparing to sail for war, the mystery of the stranger deepens, and Adar is massing his legions of orcs, ready to wipe out the men of the Southlands. The first 4 episodes had a lot of build up, but now we're into the second half of season 1. It's make or break time. So far, I've had very mixed feelings about this show, but I'm hoping this is when the series starts to pick up and show its quality. But yes, before we start, as always, if you like what you see here, please consider subscribing. The trailer does air after each episode on Amazon Prime, and I wish I could upload it here and show you guys, but I'll probably get copyrighted for that. And I just wish Amazon would upload it to their own YouTube channel, so it's easier to find. Game of Thrones does that, but whatever. That's where I come in, I suppose. But yes, let's take a look at it, make some theories, and try to figure out what happens next. And we start off in Lindon, the seat of High King of the Noldor, Gil-galad. But we know Elrond is very loyal to his king, but also to his friend. So that friendship and loyalty will be tested. And they better not do the unthinkable and have Elrond break his oath to Durin, betray his friend, and give Celebrimbor the Ore of Mithril. But it sure looks like Celebrimbor is passing it back to Elrond, while stating nothing diminishes its light. And it just feels so out of character for Elrond to betray Durin. Maybe he cracks under pressure, maybe Gil-galad asserts his authority as king to force him to reveal the dwarven secret, maybe Celebrimbor gets out of him, maybe mentioning more about his father, maybe that butters him up even more, or somehow Elrond is spied on or tricked. But just don't make Elrond betray Durin. That'll destroy their friendship for good. And after he swore an oath on the mountain, on the memory of his father, they just can't do it. But it looks like Celebrimbor gets his hands on the Ore of Mithril, and he would love this. He would love to create wonders with his new forge that's been built at an exceptionally fast pace. But later in the books, Mithril has become known to those outside of Khazad-dûm, but it's so extremely rare. Gandalf says that Bilbo's Mithril shirt, gifted to him by Thorin Oakenshield, was greater than the value of the Shire and everything in it. And Moria is the only place to find Mithril in Middle-earth, and it's perilous to mine, as we saw in the last episode. King Durin III has put a stop to the mining of Mithril after the accident, but perhaps he could be convinced to start it up again? Or maybe when Durin IV takes the throne, he overwrites his late father's rule. But no matter what, Celebrimbor is very, very excited for Mithril. And in the books, he does use Mithril in the creation of the Doors of Durin, with the aid of the dwarven smith Narvi. And Galadriel's Ring of Power, Nenya, the Ring of Water, was made from Mithril. But of course, that doesn't exist right now. Perhaps Elrond's ore is used in the formation of that ring. But no matter what, exciting times ahead for the greatest elven smith of his age. But the question is, at what cost? And then we can see Galadriel training numerous Númenórean soldiers. That's actually really hard to say. Numerous Númenórean soldiers. I'll not be saying that again. Yes, Númenor are bound for the Southlands. Queen Regent Muriel is bringing an army, including Galadriel and Isildur. He has volunteered. And you guys know I'm not really a fan of Isildur right now, but I am excited to see how he turns into the king we know. But Galadriel also wants Halbrand to come with her, but he's not keen. This is the one place he swore he would never return. But of course, is that just a lie? Because the identity of Halbrand remains a massive talking point, whether he is the king of the Southlands or Sauron in disguise. But Galadriel's goal is to crown Halbrand as king of the Southlands and to unite his people against the orcs. But like I said, that's if he really is who he says he is. And then we can see Bronwyn rallying her people of the Southlands in the old elven watchtower. And if you think about it, Arondir is the only real warrior here. It's kind of like Rohan versus Isengard all over again here. I imagine they will put up a fight until Númenor comes, but the problem is the devils are already inside the walls. Waldreg is a servant of Sauron. He bears the mark, just like Theo, from using the hilt. And Theo's friend Rowan seems to not be very faithful. He's already left Theo once for the orcs. I bet you he bails on him again. Or even tries to side with Adar to live. And I imagine he won't be the only one. And instead of living under elven rule, we could live under his rule and be free. But it also seems like Theo has shared the hilt with Arondir and his mother Bronwyn. So he's not completely corrupted right now. Or maybe they discover it and take it off him. Or maybe he has no choice but to show them. And this is what Adar wants. And take over the Southlands and create the Land of Mordor. But the question is Adar Sauron? Is he working for the Dark Lord? Is he a puppet, or is he his own master? Then we can see Pharazôn scheming. No surprise there. He went along with Muriel's announcement of war to aid Galadriel. But that's what he's saying on the face of it. He has a plan. And now he's saying when this is over, the elves will take orders from them, from the Númenóreans, with perhaps him at the helm as king. And I think he'll stay behind on the island to rule in her stead. Perfect opportunity to betray the Queen Regent. I'm not exactly sure who Pharazôn is speaking to. Maybe his son Kemen, maybe someone else he trusts. The trailer kind of makes it look like it's Isildur, but I find that rather weird. Unless he's trying to make sure his own men are in the Queen Regent's camp. But yes, Númenor sails for Middle-earth in 10 days, was it? And how long will it take to get from Númenor to the Southlands? In my review I mentioned I am a bit concerned about the amount of time that's passed. It just seems so inconsistent. In Eregion they're building a massive tower and it feels like weeks or months have passed, whereas in other areas like Númenor it seems like days. And it won't take 5 minutes to get to the Southlands from Númenor. And I'm sure they said they're going to sail in 10 days, so they've got 10 days of prep time. And how long can the people of the Southlands hold out? And then we'll finish up with the Stranger. The Harfoots return this week, and it looks like the Stranger is observing his arm. Does he possess the mark of Sauron on his arm? Very similar to Theo having the hilt mark on his arm from using blood. And there's so many theories that the Stranger is Sauron. The show's even hinted at that many times. Waldreg suggests the comet was a sign of Sauron's return. So perhaps the Stranger is remembering who he is. Maybe he is Sauron because he bears the mark. Or maybe he is corrupted by Sauron, he's a puppet. Or maybe he's been infected. The Harfoots are attacked by wargs, and it looks like the Stranger is the only one that can save them. And this is how he becomes accepted into their society. But him looking at his arm is just such a concerning point. Maybe the wolves have bit him, maybe it's a simple wound, or maybe something more is afoot. Maybe once the Stranger starts to use his powers, some sort of mark appears on his arm. Whether it's the mark of Sauron or something very similar that causes many people to doubt who he really is. But no matter what, I think this is the perfect opportunity for the Stranger to show more of his power, and we will see more clues on his true identity. And I've got a full video explaining who I think he is, but for right now, it's still up in the air. But yes guys, that's my thoughts. Please post yours in the comments below. Let me know what you think. What's going to happen in episode 5? Give me your Stranger theories, all about the hilt. Tell me if you think Elrond will betray Durin. I probably will do another video on Rings of Power this weekend, and of course it's episode 5 of House of the Dragon on Sunday night, Monday morning, so that takes main focus for the start of the week. But we'll be back with the Rings of Power towards the end, and there's so many more videos coming, so if you want to get them, please subscribe. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.